Hi there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. For those of you that are new here, I am Mary. You have reached my channel, Divine Spiritual Tea. We're going to be doing the horoscope for Aquarius for August. So remember that this is a general read. It may not resonate with everyone, so take what does resonate with you and leave the rest, okay? These energies can be around for 3 months also, guys. So if August goes around and you're like, oh, I don't see where that is important or whatever, give it some time, okay? Because I know that Spirit is speaking through me, and there's a message in here. If you reach this channel, there's a message in here for you, okay? Okay, so we're going to start with the deck called the Lunar Nomad Oracle, okay? And then we're going to clarify with the deck called This Might Hurt, okay? So let's get started. I've already done some shuffling, but I'll do just a little more before I lay them out. I'll hold the cards up. You may not be able to see them all, so I'll hold them up for you. All right, Spirit, what is it? Excuse me, guys. What is it that you want Aquarius to know at this time? Please give me guidance to speak the words that Aquarius needs to hear at this time, the words that will help them through these next few months, and give them clarity and also grace where it's needed. Spirit, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. All right. So first card up we have is the Seer. The Seer is that person that knows it all. You know, it's the one that can prophesize to you. There's nothing that the Seer doesn't know. The Seer sees everything and knows everything. Okay? A lot of knowledge there. So Aquarius, that is your first card up. I'm going to lay 9 cards out from this deck, and then we will clarify those. Next card up we have is the Sun. The Sun illuminates things. It shows, it lights up everything so that we are able to see exactly what is going on. So there may be some hidden things that may come to light for you during this time. It's also a success card, okay? And we have the Mountain. The Mountain is all about maybe some blockages that you're having. You know, you think of the mountain, it's hard to get around it, you know, and it's hard to get over it, that kind of thing. So, you know, mountains are there as a block of some sort. Okay, and next card up we have is the Ring. The Ring is just exactly what you would think it is. It's about commitment. It's about things that are important to you. But basically, it's about some kind of commitment, some kind of contract, that kind of thing that you may have gotten into. And we have the Key. The Key is about opening doorways and things, letting you in and out, that kind of thing. Again, though, this Key is a success card. Okay, and then we have the Cross. Now, the Cross is about grief, maybe. It could be about religion. It could be, it's like a heavy burden that you're carrying, okay? All right, so let's see what's next card up we have is the Garden, and the Garden is all about, you know, a meeting that you may have. Think about a gathering. You're meeting people in the garden. You know, there may be a major event going on that you're going to meet people and that kind of thing. Okay, it's a happy card. We have the Whip. Now, this Whip can be about. It can be about getting whipped. Okay, or it could be about doing things over and over and over again. It could also be about sex and intimacy. Okay, so sometimes it can even be about addictions and that kind of thing. Okay, And we have the familiar, this black cat here. That is all about your spirit guides. Think of things angelic, things that are around you to help you, that kind of thing. Okay, so we have those laid out. Let's just look at these for a minute before we clarify. I just want to read what these are telling us here. So it's saying that you have a lot of knowledge. With that seer showing up, you have a lot of knowledge. You know a lot. You may be very intuitive. You may not even be using those gifts, but the seer is saying that you know it all. You know a lot. You know, and the sun is here, maybe enlightening you to what it is that something that you know that you're not ready to receive yet. You know, as far as this, that seer, it's about prophesizing. I'm just going to look it up in the book so that I can make sure that I am reading this correctly for you guys. Where are we, seer? Okay, seer. Visionary, prophecy, creative thinking. Now, you may have, the light is going to be shown on something creative that you're working on. Insight, you have insight about things. You have connections. It's about eternity and clarity. So you may be getting some clarity on something creative. You've been in a blockage maybe, and there's this blockage here that's been stopping you. There's been some kind of blockage that's made it hard for you to get over. So if you're thinking creatively, maybe the sun is going to be shining on you now. So there's going to be more success, and I think this block is going to be, this mountain is going to be moved. Okay, and so we have the ring here, which we talked about. It's about commitment. It's about contracts. And let me just make sure I get that right for you guys. Okay, the ring is about contracts, connections, partnerships, marriages, commitment. Okay, so it could even be a contract. It could be a marriage. Any kind of commitment, partnership, connections, that kind of thing. So it looks like you have two cards here talking about connections, which is the seer and also the ring. Okay, so you have contracts or commitments, and doors are going to be, because this key is showing up here, doors are going to be open for you to go in and out of. And this is a very successful card. So the key is going to be given to you to go in and out of these doorways. But then there is also some kind of cross here. This cross is, Aquarius, is about some kind of grief. Let me just look that up for you really quick. Okay, the cross is about struggle. Like there's a cross to bear. There is a burden. There's guilt, devastation, grief, depression, religion, dogma, or faith. So I looked at this as a contract, doors being open for you to go in and out of. You have the key, is success. It's a key of success, and but there is some struggle here. Now you know what I'm looking at here is that this key is right below that mountain. So you have been struggling. That mountain, it shows me that you have been struggling in a sense, because that mountain is right above that cross. So you've had some kind of struggle that you're going through there that's caused some kind of a burden for you. But remember that right beneath that, though, is this cat. So you're coming out of it. This is above you. The cat, the familiar is below you. So this is something that you have been through, and the familiar is about the fact that you're working with your guardian spirit guides. There's protection there for you, and also this can also be a warning, okay? But I'm thinking that you have been protected. You have been, or will be, able to get around this mountain and let go of this cross that you have come to bear, and because your guides are here with you. So remember to make sure that you are connecting to them. They are always here for us. They are always ready to help. We only have to ask, and we just listen. It may come to you right away, or it may come to you when you're not thinking about it. It may come to you as a message. And I always say this, sometimes people are having conversations, you overhear it, and that message that you overheard was for you. So be open, be open. Okay, so let's look at the last row here. So there's a gathering with the garden here. They're talking about a gathering, but there is, with this whip showing up here, there's something that you've been going around and around and over with. You've been going back and forth is how I'm feeling about this whip. It's the energy that I'm getting from this. Maybe you've been going to gatherings trying to get some things going, and you've been going around and around. Let me see what else that whip talks about. I know that it's about addiction also. It says attraction, sex, physical conflict, argument, punishment, and repetitive. It could be, like I said, something repetitive that you've been doing over and over and over again. But this garden is also about, you meeting, you've going to some function, some meeting. You're meeting a lot of people. There's something going on in the garden. But then we also have, again, the familiar here, which is saying that your angels and guides are with you. It could be about there is some conflict. There is some conflict going on within these meetings that you keep going over and over with someone in these meetings, that kind of thing. So that's something for you to think about. So let's just clarify. But I'm looking at this sun here, and it's like the sun, like I said, the sun is all about success. So you're successful at opening doors, but there's a lot of repetitive conflicts going on here with you and someone. And I read that first row already, but let's see, we have the seer, which is very knowledgeable and knows a lot. For some reason there's a blockage there, but your guides are here to help you through these meetings and that kind of thing. Okay, so keep your eyes and ears open with that, Aquarius. Okay, so let's clarify these. Now I'm going to do 3 cards for each one. I've already shuffled, but Spirit, give me the wisdom and the knowledge to give Aquarius the truth, the answers that they need to know. Not only what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. Okay? All right, so thank you, Spirit. We have the 2 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So that is laid out on top of the seer. And this 2 of Wands is about plans. You're planning. you're making plans. You have to make sure that the Ten of Cups is about your relationships and your family. So these plans are going to have to include your family, your relationship with your family, because you want to keep that together. But Spirit is definitely, it's an emotional time for you, but Spirit is handing you that cup for a new beginning. Anytime you see aces there about new beginnings, and you're going to have a great new beginning because your cup is overflowing there. Spirit is handing you that cup and it's overflowing. I'm trying to get out of the light there so you guys can see it. Okay, so next up we have the Sun. The Sun, and again we have the Strength card, which is saying that you are strong. You're strong. You've had some trials and tribulations, and there may be more coming. But you have strength. And you have the King of Wands here, which is telling me that you are ready to make some moves. Some things are going to be happening. The King of Wands is all about, he's about business, but he's about making things happen. Okay, see all the fire around him there, or her. That King of Wands is about really being thoughtful about making things happen, moving things, lighting fire up under some things. Okay, so this is what's coming for you next. And then we have the Tower here. So here's what's going to happen, Aquarius. It looks like yes, there is some kind of fire lit, but there's going to be some changes coming for you with this Tower showing up. It's like some things are going to have to be broken down for you, and then you're going to be able to see the light. You're going to gather that strength and keep it going. And whenever this Tower shows up, it is saying that yes, there is something that's going to happen that's going to shake up things for you and cause you to see the light about something. Okay, so whenever that Tower shows up in this particular case, the Rider-Waite deck, it means that some changes are coming. Now, it doesn't mean that something terrible is going to happen, but something is going to happen to bring about change and transformation in your life. Okay, we don't know what that is yet, but we will find out. Okay, so let's talk about the Mountain. So as we spoke about the Mountain before, we know that mountain is about blockages. And it's kind of hard for you to get around it. Okay. So we have the Seven of Cups showing up here. We have the Temperance and the Six of Swords. Okay, so what I'm saying with this is that you have so many choices, or you will have a lot of choices, and that it's going to maybe even cause you some kind of confusion, because you're going to not know what way to go, what to choose. And but remember, with this Temperance card showing up here, you do have your angels and your guides around you, trying to help you, trying to show you the way to go. So, and you have to be patient. Another thing this card stands for is being patient. So you're going to have to be patient, Aquarius. And you're going to have to really stop and think about all these choices that you have. Count on your guides. Go to your guides. Expect your guides to be there to help you. That is what they're there for. And that's what this Temperance card is showing up for. Because eventually you're going to move on. You're going to move on to higher ground. Now, whatever that may mean for you, I'm not sure. But, we talked about contracts here and that kind of thing. So you may be in the midst of contract or something, and there's been some blockages there, and you have choices to make, and you're a little confused about those choices. So you're going to have to move on to higher ground. But that is after you're patient. Don't jump too fast. Okay, make sure that you're patient, and you're really thinking about it. You have come in contact with your guides and your intuition and that kind of thing, and you know what the right move is for you. Okay, You have a lot of choices. Okay, so now we're talking about that ring, which, as I said, is about contracts and that kind of thing, commitments. And let's see what Spirit wants you to know about that. Okay, we have the Page of Swords, the World, and the Queen of Swords. Wow. Okay, this Page of Swords is about bringing a message to you. Now, we talked about the contract. This is what we're clarifying here, and make sure that you're aware of whatever is coming towards you as far as commitment, contract, that kind of thing. Don't be don't look the wrong way or whatever, or be so intent on a particular thing that you miss the prize. Okay, don't be distracted about with shiny things that are coming to you, messages that you may hear or that kind of thing. Make sure you're getting the true message from the true person. Make sure it's what it's clear. Make sure it's clear. Okay, you can see her looking at this fish here, staring there. Make sure that you get a clear message when that Page of Cups shows up. Okay, and we also have the World card here. The World card is a card of success because things are really coming to fruition. You have conquered it all, you know, and you're celebrating with the world. Okay, so this is all about you getting all those things. You have the swords, you have the cups, you have the wands, and you have the pentacles. So things have come full circle for you in a sense. Now there may be someone in your life, this is the Queen of Swords, that may help you along your way with this path. Now this Queen of Swords is very, very intelligent, and she does not play. So this may be someone in your life that's going to help you to focus on what it is that you need to help you through this commitment or this contract, that kind of thing that you are making or you may have already made. Okay? Now we have the next up is the key. The key opens doors for you to go in and out of. And let's just see what Spirit wants you to know about the key. Okay, I would say with this key, with the key normally is a very successful card. But here's the deal. You're going to have to be careful. We have the Magician showing up here. Now, I got a feeling with this Magician, this is about some manipulation going on. Okay? And the reason I say that is because we also have the Eight of Swords showing up here. Now, the Eight of Swords is about you feeling like you are trapped, that you don't know which way to go. And this is all in your mind. You know, take that blindfold off and really take a look at what's going on around you. Okay? You're not really trapped. There's a way out of anything. And if it is a contract, there's a way out of that. Because the doors are going to open. Doors are opening for you. But there may be some manipulation, Aquarius, that you may come upon. So be careful and mindful of that. Because here is the devil. The devil is showing up here also. So the devil is all about, we're talking about addictions. We're talking about feeling like you are handcuffed to something and there is no way out. The same thing is how you're feeling here. This devil may make you think that you're tied to something, but that's not always true. Remember, you're stronger than the devil, okay? So if there's something that you're feeling that you're tied to, you're so connected to that there's no way out of it, that's not true. That's not true, okay? Because the key is showing up here. And that key unlocks doors for you. So remember that. But you may go through some things before you get those doors open. And watch out for the manipulation that may be coming around you. And the next card we're going to talk about is the cross. This is that cross, this burden that you're bearing, you're having to bear. This is about some grief. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure that you guys get this information. Okay. It's about a struggle. Yeah. Pretty much this is what this row is about. The struggle. You have a cross to bear. There's burdens. There's guilt, devastation, depression, that kind of thing. So this is something here, Aquarius, that you may have to look out for. Like I said in the reading just before this cross, there may be some manipulation going on, and this is something you may have to look at. Okay, we have the Hermit card. We have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, wow. Well, it looks like with this Hermit card here, you're going to take some time to yourself. You're going to figure this out. You're going to figure this out. You're going to really do your research. You're going to analyze what is really going on here. Because that's what that Hermit is doing. It's looking, it's shining a light on whatever's going on. So if there is some manipulation going on, and maybe you may even be feeling a little bit guilty about it, whatever. But in your Hermit mode, you're going to do that research and you're going to figure out what it is that you need to do. Because, you know, it's all about giving and receiving. So you may have been given something, you may have received something, or maybe you're giving, okay? It's time for maybe you to receive. And I'm sure that it's time for you to receive what you need, because here is the Wheel of Fortune showing up. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about your fortune changing for the better. So you may have been going through some things. There may have been some grief. There may have been a burden for you. But you're going to do your research as the Hermit does. And you are going to figure out what to do about that giving and receiving end of things. Maybe related to that commitment or that contract. And also the manipulation. But for you, you have the Wheel of Fortune there. So there really is nothing to worry about, and I'm sure that at this point you probably feel like there is, but in the end the Wheel of Fortune is showing up for you. Now let's look at the garden. This garden is about meetings, gatherings of lots of people, that kind of thing. Okay, so see what we have here. And the first card we have up is the Fool. The next card is the Seven of Wands. And the next card is the Five of Pentacles. So, it looks like you're taking a risk, or you have taken a risk. That Fool steps out on faith. And you're going to step out on faith in this particular case. And you're going to be on the defensive about something, because you're going to feel like, you're feeling like maybe you've been left out in the cold. You have thought that one thing was going to happen and it didn't. And now you're feeling like you're left out in the cold. Somebody dropped the ball. And you're on the defensive at this time. You're standing your ground. So let's connect that with that garden. Let me just see. It could be about meetings that you've had with others, but I want to make sure, because we have to connect that. It's about gatherings, celebrations, meetings, as I said, social events, public property, ceremony, and creation. Okay, so you could have been in meetings with people, and that Fool is about new beginnings. It's also about being vulnerable, and you may have been vulnerable during these meetings and that kind of thing, these gatherings with people. and you decide to take a risk, and now you feel like you're on the defensive because you feel like you've been just left out in the cold here. Okay, so you don't feel like things have went like you thought they should have. Okay, now we're going to talk about the whip, and we talked about the whip as being repetition, sex, even being whip, things going over, round and around, again and again. And we have the Five of Wands, we have Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. Now, two queens showing up here. That is telling me that there may be two people involved in whatever this situation is that you're going through, maybe two women, and there has been some kind of conflict between them. And so that's why, that's one of the reasons that you're going around and around in circles, and you're repeating something, you're feeling left out in the cold and that kind of thing. We have the Five of Wands here, which is telling me that there is some kind of chaos, there is some kind of struggle, there is some kind of fighting, infighting, but it involves the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. One of these queens, the Queen of Pentacles, she's all about the money. And this queen, she's like a protector, like a mother. She's a Queen of Cups, and she wants to make sure that you're nurtured and everything comes out right for you. So that's what's going on with that whip. Now let's look at the familiar here, because, you know, that's all about your guides watching over you. They're there to help you, Aquarius, so don't forget to, you know, ask for their help. Most times they don't just come in. You really got to ask for the help. Now this is about, this Nine of Cups is a creative person here, creating things. He's creating things. And it's about your wishes coming true. So your wishes will come true. But like I said, may have to tap into that divine spirit. Okay, and the next card we have up here is the Page of Pentacles, which is telling me to focus. Focus on what it is that you need. Whatever that is, focus on it. And you have the star. The star here. I have to cover up some parts here for YouTube purposes. But this is the star. And the star is all about hope. The star is also about being in contact with your guides. They are there for you. It's like you have one foot in and one foot out. Do you believe or do you not believe? Okay? And you are trying to balance things. You have water pouring in the water, and which is the spirit side, and you also have water pouring on the earth side. One foot in, one foot out. So you got to believe that this is going to work out for you, Aquarius. All right, so now I want to see what the overall energy is around this reading, and I'm going to read from the Oracles of the Seven Energies. Oracles of the Seven Energies, and see what else it is that Spirit wants us to know. Okay? Oracles of the Seven Energies. Spirit, direct us. Tell us what it is. What is the overall meaning of this reading? Okay, this jumped out, so I am going to take it. It says, call on the muse. Call on the muse. Isn't that something? Spirit knows exactly what we need to hear. Look at this. She's carefree. Call on your muse. Okay, let's see what that's all about. And this is about, the key concepts are creative expression, being in the flow of creativity, turning into inspiration, allowing creativity without being self-conscious, writing and journaling as a means of connection. And it also says, when you feel the call of the muse, you are being invited to create, to be the artist, choreographing your life, serving on behalf of the great artist, divine source. And divine source is the great artist. While the process feels intensely personal, Your ego and self-identification are ironically the most unnecessary parts of the equation. While you might think you own the magic of your creativity, can you truly say that you're the source of the inspiration? Wow, now that's something to think about. That's something to think about, Aquarius. Because we may think that it's coming from us, but no. Every time I create a piece of art, I know that it's come from the divine. You have to let yourself go, be loose with it, and go with the flow. It says, similar to the spirit of genius, which is card 29. We haven't run into that one yet. Imagine your creativity stemming from another spirit guide, the muse, the M-U-S-E. Just as the genius needs to partner with your intellect, so too does the muse need you to open your heart and let the magic flow through your intuition and emotions. That's what I just said. Stop seeing yourself as the center of the process and instead see yourself as a partner in a creative dance. Sometimes you might be inside the muse and the feelings, the story, and the expressions. Other times you observe from the sidelines, watching it all flow from an unknown yet deeply intimate source. Today your muse is calling you to be a channel and to allow the creativity energy to flow through you. The energy of emotion is waiting to be given a voice, a name, a shape, or a color. Journal. Finish that writing project. Start something new. Paint, sing, dance, and don't worry where any of it lands. It has its own plans for you. Your muse knows where this is all meant to go. For you, the big magic is in the experience of answering the call. Wow, that was beautiful. That was so beautiful. I hope that touched some of you. One more thing I want to do, though. I am going to pull a crystal card from the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck. And Spirit, please give Aquarius the right crystal to meditate on. Now, guys, I know that you may not have crystals around you, and you may not be able to find this particular crystal that Spirit is going to give you. But there's always photos of it online, I'm sure. So I want you to go online, look it up, meditate on it, make sure you have a focus on it, get a picture of it in your mind, okay? And we're asking Spirit at this time to give us information about the crystal that you should be focusing on and meditating on during this month of August. And guys, remember, crystals are live beings. You know, they're part of the earth. They have energy going through them also. So this is what the divine wants you to focus on, and that is raw morganite. Raw morganite. M-O-R-G-A-N-I-T-E. So let's see what information we can get about raw morganite here. I know this has been a rather long reading, but sometimes, guys, we have to go deep. We really do, to get what it is we need to hear. Those quick readings, sometimes they're good, but sometimes Spirit says we really need to go deep, and this is one of those readings. Okay, it says the essential meaning: sensuality, gentleness, empathy, compassion, the gift of vulnerability, and self-forgiveness. Wow, Okay. Now, no matter how hard the rock over time, water can alter it, making a path where there was none before. The appearance of the crystal is a sign that this is a time for you to embrace your sensitivity and gentleness. There is no need to be forceful when you can simply be open to what you are entitled to receive. Allow yourself to be vulnerable as the crystal spirit appears in raw, unpolished form, finding strength in knowing that you do not have to engage in battles that serves no one. You are able to handle whatever dreams are in front of you right now. Your exquisite sensitivity will serve you well, for it allows you to see things as they are. Wow. The conscious universe will be gentle with you, and raw Morganite spirit is here to let you know that you are not alone and you have a solid foundation beneath you. So express your gifts of empathy and compassion. You are stronger than you know. Wow. Okay, guys, let me know what you feel about that reading. I think we got a lot of information that Spirit downloaded here today. And if this resonates with you in any way, please let me know. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe also. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next read. Have a good evening.